Hello, my name is Dean Buchek, and this is the first episode of the Magic at Dinner podcast. Although most of the content in these episodes will be related to the performance of close-up magic in restaurants, banquet halls, and dinner theaters, I hope my listeners don't mind if I share an occasional story from my past experiences. In the mid-90s, I spent 2 years working for the Magic of David Copperfield. One day I was walking from the large expanse of David's Las Vegas warehouse into his office area when my colleague Leo Benke introduced me to two people, J. Marshall and Marshall Brodien. I was only 26 at the time and admittedly did not know a lot about the legendary J. Marshall, but I immediately recognized Marshall and credit him with getting me my start in magic as a young boy growing up in northwest Indiana, about 2 hours east of Chicago, Illinois, here in the United States. Marshall, besides being a successful magician, also brilliantly marketed a line of magic tricks under the brand name of TV Magic. The most famous of these products was TV Magic Cards, a clever renaming and rebranding of the Svengali deck. These cards were sold in hundreds of Walgreens and toy stores throughout Illinois and Indiana. I even recently saw a deck at my local Hobby Lobby here in Indianapolis, Indiana. The last thing I wanted to do at the time was act like a fanboy around Marshall. I introduced myself and told he and Jay that if there was anything they needed, to please let me know, which is what I usually did for guests of David's property. And then I walked away, continued my work. They were at David's warehouse to see Leo concerning some type of company business. A couple of days later, I was talking to a friend who worked for Lance Burton, and she told me that Lance and Marshall were longtime friends. She called Marshall and told him that, hey, that guy you met at David's warehouse was a huge fan and basically afraid to tell you. Marshall laughed and generously sent me a gift package full of his TV magic tricks and a signed photo. 25 years later, I still have the photo. And one of the tricks, a TV Magic card box, which I have never opened. And that is how I met Marshall Brodien.